Hi, my name is Chris Heatherdale, and I wanted to thank you and welcome to the Biz Rise Effect. Now, this is episode one, so it's not going to be long. We're just going to be here to talk about why Biz Rise came into existence, what it's all going to be about, and wanted to thank a few people, especially our sponsors, to for stepping up and helping out. Um, One of the things I can really appreciate the most is the fact that not only did you guys really believe in me and the channel after me just on and on talking about it, but you guys really helped me out. You guys really stepped up and helped purchase this equipment, get our marketing going, get the team going, and it's been so far. This is just the first episode, and I'm already very thankful for how this all came about. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and move forward. As I mentioned, my name is Chris Heatherdale. I own several businesses. I started with a cleaning company. It's just a little small cleaning business. My very first one. I, uh, I was a single parent, still am. And we're talking about no relationship. To a beautiful little girl, and I was very intimidated, a bit nervous as far as well, just like anybody's experience when they first step out into the whole entrepreneurship world. I just like any other blogger or guru or any one of these people out there. Yes, I do have a sad, sappy story. Yes, I definitely messed up in my life, and I definitely hit rock bottom. So it's but that's gonna come about later on. I'm not gonna keep saying it all the time. This isn't gonna be you know, a cringe race to whose life was worse. I don't need commenters going up against me and saying, "Oh, well, my life was even more, even more worse than what yours were." And it's like, okay, well, good for you. You know. Anyways, this entire thing started happening, when I had my own $10,000 coach, and it was terrible. See, oh my god, I ended up teaching the damn class. It was so stupid, And before I even signed up, I had a long conversation with them, and I was outlining it's like this is how my business is already built. This is where I'm at, and they're like, "Oh, we can definitely help you out." Blah blah blah. We're a multi-million-dollar company, and I didn't ask for financials. That's their business, But I could have at least looked at their company and seen what kind of presence it had. That they didn't even have one. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was because it's in Canada, but anyways, I got duped out $10,000. It was so ridiculous, and I was paying it in some installments, and then when I told them, it's like, look, your guys' course is just bogus, and your marketing strategies just suck. They're doing like random email campaigns. We do residential cleaning services, and they were sending emails to dealerships that aren't even in our city. It was, anyways. We're not even gonna go into that. Not right now. So BizRise is created, the BizRise coaching program, that is, to help people who are serious about either starting a business or they're already in a business and they want to grow it. No fluff pieces, just straight and direct. You can download the program for $10 and on for the first month, and then get out of it. I really don't care. I would prefer that you stay on. I'm not trying to rob you of your money. I'm not one of those gurus, purus, or that's out to get you. Yes, we do have programs that so that you're not just left high and dry. For search engine optimization or helping with campaigns and ads. We have it all. And it's all a la carte. You don't have to spend get the $5,000 package if you don't want to. You could just start with a $20 logo and $99 to get a whole setup. And then pay monthly for the SEO. You don't have to have these go all out. The choice is yours, and I created this because I don't like what's out there. I wanted things to be fair. I want things to be flexible. I hated that I had to pause campaigns because they wanted so much money, and we hit a down season. I'm sorry, a slow season, and that's not what this program is about. So the BizRise coaching program is available for $10 a month. There's a community in there, a Facebook community that once you're a member, you become a part of. Of course, when you unsubscribe, we'll be removing you. And that's, there's other entrepreneurs there. There's people with multi-million-dollar businesses. There's millionaires out, in that group. I mean, anyone that can teach you anything. It's not just a home service program. If you want to start a management company, if you want it to be a realtor, it's all there. If you want some tips on taxes, there's some tax professionals in there, that you can reach out to. It's a community, and this is how people thrive. All right, and just let me be clear. With that whole old, what do you call that saying? It takes a village. This is the village. This is the ultimate village. You know, and that's where I wanted it to be different. You need funding to grow. We've got brokers in there. They'll fund you. If your credit's not good enough, we have credit repair specialists. You can have the worst credit in the world, and there's going to be professionals there that can help you with that, with flexible plans or do it for cheap. You're going to have different options. So imagine if you just had one place that you could go to, whether you want to start a business or you're in one and want to grow. And that's why it's there. So for me, and yes, this is a bit of a sensitive topic, especially for something I'm going to put out in the public. As I'm talking right now, I know it might not look like it, sound like it. I just have that kind of body. Uh, I am literally clinically disabled. My heart right now, I'm in the last stage of heart failure. Doesn't mean it's impossible yet. We're doing the therapy thing right now. My ejection fraction, if you don't know what that is, just look it up. Is at 15%. My heart's ejection fraction. About 14, 15 months ago, I suffered 3 heart attacks. Um, Shortly after, I had to go through a full bypass surgery. That means that all five, it was a quintuple bypass. I just fast forwarding, I'm not going to describe the entire year of hell that I had. To September, my heart tanked to 25% injection fraction. And as of last November 2025, I was at 15, right before Thanksgiving. During that time, my team carried the entire company. I did the last of the delegations. We have several admins. We have our leadership team. We have a crew or crews, excuse me, multiple. Just out there doing the work day to day, and it even grew a bit. Did not even need me. That's when I realized that I created something. I created a real business owner, a real means for retirement. I was laid up in the hospital. I was laid up in bed. I was not even allowed to lift more than 15 pounds for more than half of the year. You know, it's incredible how limited that I was, and my businesses still thrived. It didn't grow as fast as if I was to be in there and get involved and just work on nothing but pounding marketing and sales and everything, but it did well. It did really well. I still, was able to keep up with, with medical expenses, with, payroll and everything like that. And I wasn't even the one running the payroll. My team was. A couple of our team members were worried that they weren't going to get paid, but my systems were in place. So BizRise, we go over all that. Automation, delegation, hiring, firing, you name it. How to, the systems are very important. If you don't have a system in place, if you're just doing a fly-by-night notebook paper, I don't know, Google Calendar, those free basics, they take you so far. You can start with them your first week or two. Don't stick with it. You know, just trust me, we go over this. There are just game changing software that are only like $60 a month. If your business cannot afford $60 per month, then I don't even know what to tell you. You know, it's not much. I don't care. I don't care where you're at in life. You can borrow $60, but you don't even need to spend that because this software has 30 days to get to get your business going. So it's free in the first place. Anyways, that's moving on from that. Um, but in any case, this is the Biz Rise effect. And why it's called the Biz Rise effect is because as you come along, as I share with you, and I vow and promise to keep sharing as much as I can for as long as I can. And the guest speakers that I'm already bringing in are just the most incredible, highly ethical people I could possibly know. And and you will learn a lot. And you will learn not just how to make money and how to be wealthy. You'll learn how to be free. Time is one of those things that it's not one of those things. Time is the only thing that you can't buy. So if your goal is to be wealthy, rich, there's people here for that. If your goal is to make $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month, whatever, to start out within the first year, and you just want to put in 4 hours a week, 8 hours a week, not day, into your business so that you can travel, spend time with your kids, spend time with your spouse, go on that snowboarding trip, you can. You live life once to our definite knowledge. And I don't want to continue to see people live to work. I want them to work to live. I want them to be free. And that's what's going to end up happening with the Biz Rise effect. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap it up here. This is just an introduction for the Biz Rise effect. And, today it definitely marks a point in history. And I really want to thank you for your time. And I will see you on the next episode. And we'll have a guest. Get ready to meet our first digital guest. All right. I will talk to you soon. You all take care.